Can you believe this? Tucked away in the least glamorous part of your local grocery store sits a small, unassuming can. It doesn't scream superfood. It's not exotic, not expensive. In fact, it probably costs less than a fancy coffee. But inside that can is something extraordinary. A food that top cardiologists quietly call artery scrubbers, and orthopedic doctors see as a bone-strengthening powerhouse. It's the kind of thing you'd expect to be prescribed or sold in a health clinic. And yet, it's just sitting there, gathering dust, being overlooked. I'm talking about sardines. Now, before you recoil or click away, thinking about that strong smell or the image of slimy little fish crammed in a tin, hear me out. Because what you're about to learn may just change your health forever, especially if you're over 50, care about your heart, your bones, or your long-term strength and independence. But real quick, if you care about uncovering hidden health truths, the kind your doctor may not talk about, click subscribe and turn on notifications, because we're going deep. And if you're someone who's ready to walk this path with me, type 1 in the comments right now. If you're skeptical, type 0. And if you're struggling with a health issue, share it below. I personally read the comments, and I'll try to help where I can. Sardines, the forgotten superfood. Let's start with the obvious question. Why do we treat sardines like a joke? Well, if you're like most people, especially in North America, you probably have some deep-set feelings when you hear the word sardines. Let me guess. They smell too fishy. That odor is strong. Some say overwhelming. It lingers. It's not exactly what you want wafting through your kitchen, right? Canned foods aren't healthy. We associate cans with preservatives, with cheap food, with something you eat in a pinch. Not for health. We think only fresh equals healthy. Sardines are poor people's food. Let's be honest. If someone served grilled salmon with lemon and asparagus, you'd think they have good taste. But open a can of sardines, and suddenly it's, oh, you're eating that. These ideas aren't just personal opinions. They're part of a long-standing food prejudice. But guess what? These beliefs are not only wrong, they're also costing people their health. A true story. Mr. and Mrs. Patel. Let me tell you a story about a neighbor of mine. Let's call them Mr. and Mrs. Patel. He's 72, full of energy, but also full of supplements. Seriously, if you looked inside his kitchen cabinet, you'd think it was a mini pharmacy. Omega-3 capsules from Iceland, krill oil from the Arctic, vitamin D, calcium citrate, magnesium chelates, you name it. Every bottle costs anywhere from $30 to $100. Now, Mrs. Patel, on the other hand, is very practical. She's always hunting for natural, affordable alternatives. One day, she read an article about sardines. She thought, why not try this? So she picked up 4 cans for under $10. She served them lightly heated with some lemon and olive oil. When Mr. Patel saw them, he frowned. This, he said, it stinks. That's poor man's food. I'd rather stick with my premium fish oil. But here's the twist. Mrs. Patel convinced him to just give it 2 weeks. And after 14 days, something amazing happened. His cholesterol numbers improved slightly. His joint pain was better. And for the first time in months, he didn't feel bloated after lunch. Coincidence? Maybe. But when they followed up with their doctor, even he was shocked by the improvement and gave a surprising thumbs up to sardines. What makes sardines so powerful? So what is it that makes sardines such a nutritional jackpot? Let's break it down. Omega-3 fatty acids. Just 1 can of sardines contains as much omega-3 as many expensive fish oil pills. And unlike some fish, sardines are low in mercury because they're small and low on the food chain. Calcium. Yes, real absorbable calcium. If you eat the soft, tiny bones in sardines, which are completely safe, you're getting around 30% of your daily calcium from just 1 can. That's better than most supplements. Vitamin D. This is the sunshine vitamin most people are deficient in. Sardines give you a great boost, naturally. Protein. They're loaded with clean, muscle-supporting protein, and unlike red meat, they don't come with inflammatory risks. Coenzyme Q10 and selenium. These are antioxidants that support heart function and cellular energy. Plus, sardines are shelf-stable. That means you can store them for emergencies or just have them on hand for quick meals. But what about the smell and taste? Okay, I hear you. The smell is a real concern for many. Here's how to work around it. Choose sardines packed in olive oil or tomato sauce. These have a milder aroma and richer flavor. Add lemon juice, herbs, or mustard. It cuts the smell dramatically. Serve them on toast, in salad, or mashed into avocado. Delicious and disguises the scent. Or try grilling them lightly before serving. And remember, that strong aroma, that's real food. It's not deodorized, bleached, or processed beyond recognition. That's nature's way of saying, this hasn't been tampered with. Breaking the stigma. So, why the resistance? Part of it is marketing. Big companies don't make much profit from sardines. You can't patent them. You can't trademark a super sardine. So instead, they push processed powders, pills, and extracts with shiny labels. And we, consumers, fall for the glamour of packaging over the substance of nutrition. But guess what? The world's longest living communities, places like Sardinia, Okinawa, and parts of Greece, regularly eat small fish like sardines. And these are cultures with low rates of heart disease, strong bones well into old age, and mental clarity into their 90s. Coincidence? You decide. Sardines are not poor man's food. They're smart man's nutrition. They're for people who see past the label, the smell, the can, and realize the power inside. You don't need to spend hundreds on supplements. You don't need fancy pills shipped from halfway across the world. Sometimes the best medicine comes in a humble little tin. So, the next time you're in the grocery store, walk past the chips, past the sugary cereals, and stop for a moment at that bottom shelf. Pick up a can. Give it a try. Your heart, your bones, and your future self may thank you. If you found this eye-opening, share it with someone you care about. And don't forget to subscribe for more truthful, underrated health wisdom, because we believe real health should be simple, affordable, and accessible to everyone. So what happened to Mr. and Mrs. Patel after that sardine standoff? Well, Mrs. Patel decided not to argue. She quietly started eating the sardines herself, about 3 or 4 times a week. She didn't make a fuss. She didn't try to convert her husband. She just did what she believed in and kept it simple. Fast forward 6 months later. They both went in for their regular health checkup. Mr. Patel's lab report still showing elevated triglycerides. His doctor also noticed some early signs of arterial stiffness, those dreaded indicators that the pipes in his body were beginning to clog. Now here's the twist. Mrs. Patel's report? Practically glowing. Her cholesterol was balanced. Triglycerides? Low. Inflammation markers? Minimal. And then the real shocker. Her doctor told her that her vascular age appeared to be a full 10 years younger than her actual age. He was amazed. "What have you been eating lately?" he asked her. Mrs. Patel thought for a moment, then shrugged. "Nothing fancy. Just been eating canned sardines 2 or 3 times a week." The doctor turned to Mr. Patel and said, "Your wife is doing it right. Her sardines contain a whole team of protective nutrients. Your fancy fish oil? That's just one single piece of the puzzle." Mr. Patel was stunned. He'd spent hundreds on supplements. Meanwhile, his wife had quietly found a $2 miracle sitting on a grocery store shelf. From that moment on, he never looked down on that little tin can again. It's time to rethink everything. What do we learn from this story? Simple. It's time we rethink everything we thought we knew about sardines. Let's tackle the 3 biggest misunderstandings that have unfairly kept this superfood in the shadows. 1. That fishy smell is gross. We've all heard this one. But what we call fishy is actually a natural ocean aroma, rich in pure, unprocessed omega-3 fatty acids. In fact, that smell is often a sign that the fish is rich in nutrients and minimally altered. It's the real scent of the sea, not the sanitized version we're used to in heavily processed fish. The higher the concentration of omega-3s, the stronger the aroma. It's not a flaw. It's proof of purity and potency. So next time you wrinkle your nose, remember, you're not smelling bad food. You're smelling natural medicine. 2. Canned foods have no nutritional value. This myth needs to die. Modern canning is a far cry from the outdated image we have in our heads. Today's canning uses high heat, high pressure, and sterilization, a process that preserves food safely without chemical preservatives. More importantly, it unlocks one nutritional goldmine that home cooking often misses: the bones. Yes, those soft little sardine bones become edible and digestible during canning. They're rich in calcium, phosphorus, and collagen. And because of the high heat and pressure, these nutrients leach into the meat and broth, making every bite a full body benefit. You're not just getting fish meat, you're getting bone-deep nutrition. 3. Sardines are cheap, so they must be low quality. Another major misunderstanding. The truth? Sardines are not low-grade at all. They're small, fast-growing fish at the very bottom of the ocean's food chain, feeding mostly on plankton. That means they don't accumulate mercury or heavy metals like bigger fish do. They're clean, safe, and environmentally sustainable. And because they reproduce rapidly, they're one of the most renewable sources of animal protein on Earth. So yes, sardines are cheap, but not because they're bad. They're cheap because nature made them abundant and efficient. They're one of the best nutritional bargains ever created. Fish oil pills versus whole sardines, a brutal comparison. Now let's talk about the elephant in the room, those expensive fish oil supplements. Everywhere you look, there's a new brand, a new formula, a new pill claiming to protect your heart or boost brain function. And they're not cheap, $40, $70, even over $100 a bottle. But ask yourself, what are you really getting in that capsule? Most of them contain just one thing: omega-3. Yes, omega-3s are great. They help reduce inflammation, lower triglycerides, and support brain health. But that's it. That's all the pill gives you. Now compare that to a whole sardine. Let's use a metaphor. Imagine your blood vessels are like the plumbing in your home. Over time, grease builds up, rust forms, the pipes narrow. This is exactly what happens to arteries as we age. Bad cholesterol and plaque build up and slow down circulation. Now imagine fish oil is like hiring one cleaning guy with a scrub brush. He could do a bit of cleanup, sure, but a whole sardine? That's like calling in an entire professional maintenance team, each expert bringing their own tools. Omega-3s, the skilled cleaner, scrubbing away plaque from artery walls. Coenzyme Q10, the engine specialist, powering the heart to beat 100,000 times a day without tiring. Selenium, the rust-proofing expert, coating artery walls with antioxidant protection to keep them flexible. Vitamin B12, the electrician, maintaining the nervous system and heart rhythm, ensuring no short circuits in your cardiovascular health. See the difference? A fish oil pill is one guy doing his best. A can of sardines is a full crew of experts working in sync. And we're not even done yet. Coming up, we'll explore how sardines can support bone density, especially in postmenopausal women. The link between sardines and mental clarity as we age. The best ways to prepare sardines so they taste amazing and don't smell up the house. Section 9. The truth about supplements versus real food. Here's something the supplement industry doesn't want you to hear. The effects of real food aren't just additive, they're synergistic. That means when you eat a whole food like sardines, you're not just adding nutrients together like 1 + 1 is equal to 2. You're creating a compound effect. Something like 1 by 3 by 4 times 5 equals exponential benefits. But why don't we hear this message more often? Because there's no marketing budget behind it. Supplement companies spend hundreds of millions of dollars creating flashy ads and miracle claims to sell you fish oil in a capsule. What does that capsule really cost them to make? Maybe a few cents. What do they sell it for? Sometimes $60, $100, or more. But what they'll never put in their advertisements is this: nature already gave us a complete, affordable, and far more effective package. And it's sitting quietly in the canned goods aisle. Unbranded, unpolished, underrated. Groundbreaking research from Japan. Let me tell you about a study that shook the medical world. Researchers from a National Cancer Center of Japan conducted a massive 10-year study tracking tens of thousands of participants. Their focus? The long-term effects of regularly eating small deep-sea fish like sardines. The results? Those who ate sardines 2 to 3 times a week had nearly a 30% lower risk of heart attack and stroke compared to those who just relied on fish oil supplements. That's right, 30%. This isn't some small blip on a chart. This represents thousands of people who lived longer, healthier lives. Thousands of families spared the pain of emergency hospital visits and unexpected tragedy. And the best part? These benefits came not from pills or potions, but from a simple, real food eaten regularly. That's the power of sardines. So the next time you see a commercial hyping up a single capsule as essential, remember, real health doesn't come from hype. It comes from wisdom, the wisdom to choose nature over marketing. Strong hearts, but what about bones? Now that we've talked about the heart, let's focus on another part of the body that's often forgotten until it's too late: your bones. Think about it. What do we fear most as we age? Falling. Weak, brittle bones that don't heal. Have you ever felt your knees ache after just a short walk? Do stairs feel harder than they used to? Do you wince when you bend over, sneeze, or carry groceries? These are early warning signs from your skeletal system. Your bones are asking for help. Most people respond by drinking milk, which for many ends in gas, bloating, or discomfort. That's lactose intolerance, and it's common. Others by calcium pills, hoping to fill the gap. But then, they go for a bone density scan and find they still don't meet the healthy range. Why is that? Because calcium alone is not enough. Why absorption is everything. Here's the truth that rarely gets mentioned. Taking calcium doesn't guarantee it gets into your bones. Just like buying bricks doesn't guarantee a house gets built. You need a foreman, someone to guide and direct the construction. And in your body, that foreman is vitamin D. Vitamin D is the essential piece that tells your body where to send the calcium and helps it absorb it from your gut and lock it into your bones. Without it, calcium just floats around unused, and most of it gets excreted. So unless you're combining your calcium with enough vitamin D, your effort is like hiring workers and forgetting to hire a supervisor. Sardines are a 1-2 punch for bone health. Now here's where sardines become truly magical. They don't just give you calcium. They also give you vitamin D. Let's break that down. Calcium comes from the soft, pressure-cooked bones inside the sardine. They're edible and melt in your mouth tender. Vitamin D comes from the fish meat and its natural oils. So in every bite, you get both the building blocks and the foreman. And they start working immediately and efficiently, with no extra help required. It's like nature designed this fish specifically for bone nutrition. For people who can't drink milk, who get bloated from dairy, or who are tired of trying ineffective pills, sardines are a gift. A whole new door to bone strength naturally opened. Warnings from osteoporosis experts. The European Society for Clinical and Economic Aspects of Osteoporosis, ESCEO, recently made a powerful statement. They warned that middle-aged and elderly women have some of the highest osteoporosis rates in the world, especially in places where diets lack key nutrients. And they emphasized, calcium alone doesn't work. Without enough vitamin D, the calcium is useless. Very few natural foods deliver both nutrients together in ideal amounts. But sardines do. Consistently. Affordably. Deliciously. So instead of spending your money on expensive pills that may not even work, try adding just one small can of sardines to your daily diet. It's like swallowing a natural super calcium pill designed by the ocean itself. If you want to stay strong, upright, and mobile in your 70s, 80s, and beyond, this could be your secret weapon. Blood sugar support. The hidden superpower of sardines. Now, you might be thinking, okay, they're good for the heart, good for the bones. That's already amazing. But we're not done. There's another hidden power in sardines. One that can transform life for people with blood sugar issues and diabetes. Let's talk about insulin. Insulin is like a key. Its job is to open the doors in our cells so that glucose, sugar, can enter and be used for energy. But in many people, the key stops working. Or worse, the lock becomes rusty, resistant. This is what we call insulin resistance, and it's the root of type 2 diabetes. Here's where sardines come in with not one, but two powerful effects. First, They slow down sugar spikes. Sardines are packed with high-quality protein and healthy fats, both of which slow the absorption of sugar from other foods. So if you eat sardines along with carbs, like rice, bread, or pasta, your blood sugar rises more gradually, rather than spiking like a roller coaster. That's critical. Stable blood sugar levels mean less stress on your pancreas, less insulin needed, and more energy throughout the day. Second, they help reverse insulin resistance. This is where sardines truly shine. Thanks to their rich omega-3 content, they help reduce inflammation in the cells, making them more sensitive to insulin again. That rusty lock? Sardines help clean it out. The key can finally work again. Section 16. Reversing insulin resistance naturally. When insulin can't unlock the door to your cells, sugar builds up in your bloodstream. And that's the essence of type 2 diabetes. But there's hope, and it comes in the form of one small yet mighty fish. The omega-3 fatty acids and vitamin D in sardines act like a high-grade lubricant for that rusty lock. They reduce chronic inflammation, repair damaged cell membranes, and restore the cell's ability to respond to insulin. The door opens again. Sugar enters the cells. Blood sugar stabilizes. One powerful European study followed a group of people with prediabetes. They were split into two groups. One kept eating their regular diet. The other added sardines twice a week. After just 6 months, the sardine group showed noticeable improvements in their fasting blood glucose and insulin sensitivity. Even more amazing, many participants in the sardine group avoided progressing to full-blown diabetes. That's more than a medical statistic. It's a second chance for thousands of people. A chance to change the course of their health, not by swallowing another pill, but simply by opening a can and eating a fish. The most overlooked benefit, brain health. And just when you thought sardines had shown all their cards, here comes the final and most powerful benefit. A benefit that speaks to your independence, dignity, and joy in your later years. We're talking about brain health. Do any of these sound familiar? You walk into a room, then forget why. You can't remember the name on the tip of your tongue. You misplace your keys again and again. These little slips might feel harmless at first, but they could be early signs that your brain is waving a red flag. Many seniors fear losing their memory more than losing their physical strength, because when the mind goes, everything changes. But the great news? Sardines may be your brain's most underestimated ally. DHA, superfuel for a sharp mind. Our brain is made up of 60% fat, and the quality of that fat determines how well your brain functions. The star nutrient here is DHA, a type of omega-3 fatty acid found in abundance in sardines. Think of DHA as the steel and cement that builds and maintains brain cells. More DHA means faster, clearer communication between neurons. It's like replacing slow, old phone lines with fiber optic internet. Your brain literally begins working faster and smarter. That's why seniors who consume enough DHA remember names and faces more easily, solve problems more quickly, stay focused when reading or watching TV, feel more mentally awake in conversations with their kids and grandkids. And guess what? Sardines aren't just rich in DHA. They also contain vitamin B12 and vitamin D, the ultimate support crew for brain health. Brain Protection Team, DHA, B12, and vitamin D. Let's break it down. Vitamin B12 protects your brain's electrical wiring. It maintains the myelin sheath, the insulation around nerve fibers. Without it, signals slow down or get lost entirely. Vitamin D plays the role of housekeeper, helping your brain clear out beta-amyloid plaque, the waste linked to Alzheimer's disease. DHA is the construction team, building strong, flexible brain cells. Together, they form an iron triangle of protection, defending your mind against memory loss, confusion, and the fog of aging. So don't wait until memory loss starts creeping in. Start feeding your brain now with sardines. It's not just about staying sharp. It's about keeping your independence, your personality, and your dignity. How to shop for the right sardines. Now, maybe you're ready to rush to the store, but hold on. Not all sardines are created equal. Choosing the wrong kind could mean missing out on the health benefits, or worse, causing problems. Here's your simple sardine buying survival guide. YW checkmark tip 1. Check the liquid. Choose sardines packed in olive oil or spring water. Olive oil adds flavor and protects fat-soluble vitamins. Spring water keeps the calories low and the fish pure. Prohibited. Avoid sardines packed in tomato sauce or salty brine. Tomato sauce often contains added sugar and sodium. Not ideal for blood sugar or blood pressure. Brine is usually loaded with salt, which can cause water retention and stress the kidneys. YW checkmark tip 2. Look at the source. Prioritize brands from Portugal, Spain, or France, traditional sardine-producing regions. Their fishing methods and canning processes are top tier. Easy ways to enjoy sardines, even if you're new to them. Here are a few lazy and delicious ways to eat sardines, even if you're still getting used to the taste. Fork and knife with plate, beginner level. Eat them straight from a can. Pair with hot rice, porridge, or on toast. Drizzle a little lemon juice to cut the fishiness. Lemon Pro flavor tip. Squeeze lemon juice or sprinkle a little ginger powder. It neutralizes the smell and enhances the umami. Green salad, intermediate level. Mash sardines with a fork. Add chopped onion, cilantro, a spoon of mayo, a splash of lemon juice. Voila! You've got a gourmet sardine salad spread. Cooking advanced level. Beat 2 eggs, mix in the sardines and a little oil from the can. Stir fry into a fluffy, savory sardine omelet. Packed with protein, brain fuel, and flavor, it's unforgettable. Health warning, a word of caution. Before we finish, let's be responsible. Sardines are a nutritional treasure, but not for everyone. Exclamation mark if you have gout or high uric acid levels. Be cautious. Sardines are high in purines, which can trigger gout attacks. If you're currently in a flare-up, avoid sardines entirely. During remission, consult your doctor or nutritionist to determine what amount is safe for you. Be smart. Be informed. Listen to your body. A new way of life in one can. Today, we've peeled back the label on this humble can of fish. What looked like a cheap, overlooked pantry item turned out to be a superfood powerhouse. Sardines are a bodyguard for your heart, a super calcium pill for your bones, a natural stabilizer for your blood sugar, and a memory-enhancing fuel for your brain. But more than that, they represent a smarter way of living. True health doesn't always come in shiny bottles or overpriced powders. Sometimes it comes in the simplest forms, ready to nourish us if only we open our eyes. Choosing sardines means choosing. White heavy checkmark simplicity over hype. White heavy checkmark nature over marketing. White heavy checkmark wisdom over fear. So, next time you pass by the canned goods aisle, stop. Pick up a few cans of sardines. Your heart, your bones, your brain, and your future self will thank you. If this video helped you see sardines in a new light, don't forget to thumbs up like the video, bell subscribe for more senior health secrets. Memo comment sardine power below if you're ready to give them a try. And remember, aging is inevitable, but how we age is up to us. A health agreement of love and hope. Before we say goodbye, I want to make a very special request. No, not a demand, not advice, but a heartfelt health agreement full of love and hope. Let's make a promise to ourselves and to the people we care about most. This weekend, I invite you, my dear friend watching this video, to go to your local store and pick up just one can of sardines. Not because it's trendy, not because it's expensive, but because now you know the truth. And when you open that can, with your own hands, in your own kitchen, I want you to remember this moment. Remember that you're not just opening a tin of fish. You're opening a door to a healthier heart, stronger bones, more stable blood sugar, and a sharper, brighter mind. You're also opening your heart to a longer, more vibrant life for yourself and your loved ones. You see, this isn't just about food. It's about love. The kind of love that lasts a lifetime. The love that says, I want to stay strong, stay healthy, and stay here with you for many, many more years to come. So let this be the beginning of your renewed commitment to health. the start of a beautiful journey toward vitality, clarity, and confidence in your golden years. Let's walk this path together. Let us cherish this gift from the ocean. Let us take simple, wise steps toward better health. And let us all live not only longer, but better. To each of you watching, I send you my warmest wishes. May you eat well. May you live joyfully. May your body stay strong. And may your mind stay sharp. Let's stay healthy, happy, and young at heart together. See you next time, my friend.